What's up, CBLs? One Stirp here. So this is kind of just some review of what we've been working with. Um, let's see how we do with this. So we want to find the slopes of the following. So we have to remember that the slope equation is this. And remember, I told you, I think in my experience, that if we label them, then you just plug in to the equation. So you get 7 minus 5, 8 minus 2. 7 minus 5 is 12 over 6. So that reduces to 2. So we have a slope of 2. Okay, and we're just finding the slopes right now. So again, label the points. And I always go in order. You could have flip-flopped the x2s and y2s. Could have had it over here and had this as x1s, y1s. No reason to. 7 minus 3, 2 minus 2. Ooh, we get a 0 on the bottom. What does a 0 on the bottom do? Makes it undefined. So that would have been a vertical line. Okay. And again, label them, x1, y1, x2, y2. So I'm going to get 8 minus 8 over negative 3 minus 5. Oh, I get a 0 on top now. So that's going to just be 0. So that's actually a horizontal line. All right, what is the slope of the y-intercept of the following? Remember, slope is attached to the x. So my slope of this first one is negative 5. My y-intercept is going to be 0, 8. And again, I want you to write it as a point, please. This one, I don't have anything here. So my slope is still attached to the x, and my y-intercept is at the point 0, 0, which is the origin. This is our horizontal line. Special case. So we have a slope of 0, and horizontal lines, being it would look like this, would indeed cross the y-intercept at 0, 5. And then our other special case, this is a vertical line. So the slope of vertical lines are undefined, and the y-intercept does not exist. Okay. All right, write the equation with the given information. Okay, so this right here, because I have 0, 10, that's the y-intercept. So this is my b value. So I can just plug it directly into my equation. I have m and b both given. And there it is. Second one, this is the y-intercept as well. So that's my b value. So far, if I use my equation up above, I'm going to have y equals mx plus 5. Then I'm going to label this x and y. I'm not putting it x1, y1. I'm just x and y because I have x and y here and here. Plug that in to solve for m. Subtract 5. So that's going to give me, let's bring it over here, negative 13 equals 6m. Divide by 6. So it looks like I have a slope of negative 13 over 6. Oh, that's a pretty steep slope going downward. So then I'm going to take my b value, which we found here, and my slope, and plug it back into that equation. Don't forget the x. And that's done. Okay, what about when we're given something like this? We want to find the equation. So it looks like I know an x-intercept, but I don't know where that fits into my equation. So I'm going to use y equals mx plus b. Okay, and then what I'd like to do is I want to find the slope of these. So my slope equation is this. So I can go ahead and label the points, x1, y1, x2, y2, and plug them in. So let's see. y2 I called this 4, y1 I called 0. Let's see. x2 is 2, minus minus 1, so I'm going to get 4 over 3. Remember that becomes plus. So I have a slope of 4/3. So far on this equation, I know my slope. Okay. Now, this is fine if we want to leave it like this, but this is kind of tougher to go find the slope because then I have those 2 points. So I'm going to use my point slope equation. Okay. So the point slope equation is just a little bit different way. So the thing about using point slope is I could get 2 answers that are different. They still are the same equation, it's just they're different. So I'm going to go y minus y1, I could go 4. So if I use this point first, equals 4/3 x minus minus 1, so x plus 1. So that equation works, that's totally right. What if I use this one though? I'd get y minus 0 equals 4/3 x minus 2. These are both the correct answer. So pick with either one. It depends which set of points you want to use. If you want to use this set of points as your x1, y1, or this set of points as your x1, y1. So there's 2 different answers that do come. Notice they have the same slope. If I solved them both for y, I get the exact same answer. So these are both acceptable answers. Okay, we're going to use point slope. So label it x1, y1, x2, y2. Let's find the slope first. Remember, here's our slope equation. So I'm going to have a slope of this first one of 10 minus minus 4, 8 minus 2. 10 minus minus 4 is 14 over 6. Reduce that. So that 2 goes into both, so I get 7 over 3. So there's my slope of that first one. And then if I use this in my point slope, I'm going to get y minus minus 4, so y plus 4 equals 7 over 3, x minus 2. If I use this point here, I'm going to get y minus 10, same slope. So both of these are the correct answer. Okay, so you just have to decipher which one you want to have. All right, so again, I'm going to label this x1, y1, x2, y2. So I'm going to get negative 4 minus minus 2, so 4 plus 2. And then 5 minus 3. So that's going to give me negative 2 over 2, which comes out to negative 1. And again, depending on which point you use, so y minus minus 2 is y plus 2. Or if you use this as your x and y minus minus 4 is y plus 4. And again, both of these answers are correct, so it's your choice which one you want to use. Okay, so how do you know if slopes are perpendicular or parallel? Well, if you found the slope, if your slopes are equal to each other, you have parallel. It means they don't cross. So if I had a slope of 1/2 and another slope of 1/2 in equations, so those would be parallel. Or if I had like negative 5/3 and negative 5/3, those are parallel. So how do I know if they're perpendicular? Well, remember perpendicular, if you have a slope, and we're just going to call it a over b, okay, a and b represent really any numbers. The perpendicular slope, remember the upside down t means perpendicular, would be the opposite sign flip over fraction. So if I had a slope of 3/5, the perpendicular slope would be negative 5/3. If I had a slope of, let's say, 6, the perpendicular slope would be negative 1 over 6. Okay? So why don't you take a look at worksheet 6, which looks like it's pages 95, 96. And would you try all of the problems, please, for points? And you know that the odds are on video on the link. Okay, have a great day, everybody. Take care of one another. Bye-bye.